What's up, guys? Hope you had a nice week so far. So I'm back with another installment of my month of movies, all the films I watched in March this time that I'm here to recommend for you in April. These are just small, quick thoughts I want to share with you guys, but if you do think I should do a full review on any of these, please let me know. And as always, if there are any films that you watched last month that you want to recommend, please do so. Alright, let's get started. Number 11, X-Men. So I finally decided I need to get caught up on all the X-Men movies, and I thought I'd start here with the very first one that we've seen in the film universe. It's definitely a bit dated now, and it doesn't really compare to a lot of the other ones that we've seen that have come out in the most recent years. But this is where it all started. I'm a purist, and it's nice to see Hugh Jackman in an early role as Wolverine. This one is probably skippable, but if you're a purist like me, I'd say it's definitely worth seeing. Number 10, Mission Impossible. With Mission Impossible Fallout coming out, I decided I gotta start finally getting myself into the Mission Impossible franchise. This first one is pretty dated, and to be honest, I wasn't that into it, but it is a fun movie overall. It's great to see a young Tom Cruise doing what he does best in these action movies. If you're into that sort of spy thriller action movie, then this one is definitely up your alley. Number 9, Mission Impossible 2. Now these two are kind of tied. I know I ranked it a little bit higher, but for the most part I like them equally. There were parts in this one that were a little bit too cheesy or unbelievable with the sort of love story buildup, but overall I felt a bit more connected, and that could be just because I was more familiar with the characters this time around. Although I'm definitely looking for a bit more, and I feel like 3, 4, and 5 will be able to provide that. Number 8, Pacific Rim Uprising. So I did check this one out, you guys, and I was pretty into it, but for the most part, it was a little bit too much on like a new kind of brand for Pacific Rim itself. It's kind of become just a super action blockbuster now. They're even thinking about making it part of the Monsterverse. So while it was definitely fun, it was a good time, I didn't find it to be that special, and I'm not sure if I would watch it again. But for Pacific Rim fans, I'd say you should definitely give it a chance. Number 7, The Incredible Hulk. This was one of the 3 remaining Marvel Cinematic Universe films I've yet to see, and I was definitely surprised. I liked this one quite a bit. Sure, the CGI is a bit dated, but Edward Norton as the Hulk was definitely a great choice. I like how it made the origin story very, very brief right at the beginning. It jumps right into the heart of it, and overall I think this was a fun, entertaining Marvel film that I would say should not be skipped, despite what a lot of people think. Number 6, Bo Burnham, Make Happy. So I know this is actually a comedy special, but I wanted to include it on this list. I don't watch a lot of these nowadays, but I had a really good time with this one. For fans of Bo Burnham, he does a great job here presenting his overall really entertaining style, mixing in tons of stuff, whether it's music performances and general comedy. It's very insightful and thought-provoking, and a fun, great experience to watch with a group of friends. Number 5, Heathers. So my interest in this film came back when I saw Thoroughbreds, and a lot of people were comparing it to Heathers in American Psycho. When I was a kid, I saw this movie and I had no idea what was going on. It was kind of weird. I didn't really like it. But now that I'm older, I really understand it better. The pitch black comedy and all the things that go on. I actually thought this was a pretty well made film. And despite some of the humor being a little dated, overall it still works really well. Number 4, My Life as a Zucchini. This is a stop motion French animated film that was nominated for Best Animated Feature. I'm glad I finally got to see it. It's really short, fun, sweet, and entertaining. It's got some dark elements as well. I definitely think you guys should give this one a chance if you didn't get to see it yet. And it's available on Netflix, which makes it even easier. Number 3, Pacific Rim. So of course, before Uprising came out, I knew I wanted to watch the original again because it had been so long. I got a chance to rent this one on 4K on Vudu, and it was a blast. I still like it, and like it even more than I did the first time. I really enjoy Guillermo del Toro's directing, and this film has a little bit of a different style for him with more action, but I still enjoyed the overall characters, and of course the visuals are spectacular. Number 2, La La Land. Yes, I finally got to see this movie that a lot of people love, while a lot of people also find it not that special. I'm glad I waited this long so the hype could die down, because I really got to go with modest expectations, and I really enjoyed this film. The look of this film on 4K Blu-ray, as well as the subtle musical numbers and the ending, are what really stood out for me. Number 1, A Fantastic Woman. This was definitely a tough choice to make, but out of all the films I didn't review, this one had to be number 1 for me. It's such a powerful, personal story about someone who's going through such a change in their life and all the things that people go through on a daily basis that no one talks about. I knew very little about this film going into it, and I think that's the best way to watch it. And for what it's worth, it also won Best Foreign Language Film at the Oscars this year. And there you have it, guys. These are all the films I didn't get to review that I have to recommend for you in April, which are, of course, Dyligent picks. So guys, have you seen any of these films? I want to know which ones are your favorite, as well as which ones maybe you didn't like as much as I did. And as I mentioned, if you have any recommendations for me after watching this, please let me know. My name is Dylan, and if you love entertainment, subscribe to my channel while this video ends, and send me a thumbs up before you go. Thanks for watching, and stay diligent.